Why does your brain rewire for persistent pain with central sensitization? Imagine your brain as a busy city that keeps changing its roads and traffic lights. When pain sticks around for a long time, your brain starts to change how it handles signals. This process is called central sensitization. It happens because the brain and spinal cord adapt to ongoing pain signals, making them more sensitive. This change is a type of neuroplasticity, which means the nervous system can reshape itself based on what it experiences. When pain signals come repeatedly or are very intense, neurons in the central nervous system become more excitable. They respond more strongly to pain signals and even start reacting to things that normally wouldn't hurt. This makes pain feel worse and lasts longer, even after the original cause is gone. To understand this better, let's start with how pain normally works. Usually, pain signals from your body travel through peripheral nerves to your spinal cord and then to your brain. Your brain then processes these signals and decides if they are harmful. It also filters some signals to prevent overload. But with central sensitization, this process changes. The neurons in your spinal cord and brain become hyperexcitable. They respond more easily to pain signals and can even respond to non-painful stimuli like light touch or sound. This happens because of changes in how neurons communicate and how they control each other. One key mechanism behind this rewiring involves increased excitability. Changes in ion channels, like more sodium channels and fewer potassium channels, make neurons fire more easily. Synaptic plasticity also plays a role, where the connections between neurons become stronger. This means signals are amplified, and even weak inputs can trigger pain. At the same time, the brain's normal inhibitory controls, which help keep pain in check, become less effective. Neuroinflammation also contributes, as support cells in the brain and spinal cord releases chemicals that make neurons more active and sustain the heightened sensitivity. In conditions like migraines and chronic headaches, this process is triggered by repeated activation of pain pathways. For example, nerves in the face and head send continuous signals to the brain. Over time, the brain adapts by becoming more sensitive to these signals. It's like the volume knob on a speaker gets turned up too high. The brain learns to expect pain and reacts more intensely. This makes headaches feel worse, last longer, and happen more often. During central sensitization, many areas of the brain involved in pain perception change their activity. Regions like the medial prefrontal cortex and cingulate cortex become more involved. These areas are responsible for how we pay attention to pain and how we feel about it emotionally. The brain shifts resources to focus more on pain signals, which increases the overall pain experience. This is why some people become more sensitive to light, sound, or even touch during a headache or migraine. Understanding this process helps explain why persistent pain can be so challenging to treat. When the brain rewires itself, simply removing the original trigger might not stop the pain. Treatments that target the central nervous system, like certain medications, cognitive behavioral therapy, or neuromodulation, can help. Managing stress and reducing triggers can also prevent the brain from staying in this heightened state of sensitivity. In essence, your brain rewires itself during persistent pain because it tries to protect you by amplifying signals. But this adaptation can become a problem, making headaches and migraines feel more intense and last longer. The changes involve neurons becoming more excitable, stronger connections forming, and the brain's ability to control pain weakening. This process is a natural response gone awry, and understanding it opens the door to better ways to manage and treat chronic pain conditions.